Well, Natalie, we mentioned it at the top of the show. I think we're ready, but I think this is an important discussion we're about to have. We're talking civics fundamentals this morning and maybe refreshing our memories. I think a lot of families should be having these discussions in their homes, which is the goal of what Judge Douglas Ginsburg, that's his mission as well. And he is joining us this morning to talk about his project that he has been working on over the last couple of years. But literally, what an honor to have you join us this morning.
Well, thank you both. I appreciate that. I take any opportunity to talk about civics fundamentals because it's so important for the future of our country.
Oh, it is.
You know, Judge Ginsburg, before we dive into what you've been able to do, I'm curious about the why, because obviously your workload is tremendous already, you know, being a federal judge, but yet you decided to do this as well. So there had to be a passion there for education. Explain what got you to that point that you were like, you know what, I want to take on this role to help folks brush up, as Carly was alluding to, or even learn about civics in this country.
Well, it's very clear what happened. I was filming the More or Less Perfect Union for PBS, a 3-hour series on the Constitution. And one of the elements was talking to people on the street with their views on or their knowledge of aspects of the Constitution. And I was shocked and disappointed and dismayed to find how little people know. There are some actual survey evidence that's not much more rigorous than my anecdotal evidence. And it shows that about 50% of the voting public cannot name the 3 branches of our government, the most fundamental question one could ask. Or what are the 2 parts of the Congress? Things that are part of the everyday news. And the most significant aspect of this is that we're talking to people who vote, and they're voting without understanding anything really significant about government, or very little anyway, about government, about their rights under the Constitution, about their responsibilities as citizens. This is not a viable way to maintain a democratic republic. We have to have an informed citizenry. And the framers designed a government. It wasn't perfect, as I said, a more or less perfect union. And it's been improved by amendments over the years, but it was designed to empower the government to do what is necessary to do and restrain it from infringing the rights of the people. And if the people don't know what their rights are, they are going to be like sheep when their rights are infringed. It's really important that they understand that, and their responsibilities as well. We should not be taking jury duty lightly, for instance, or voting. I mean, we want people to vote.
Yeah, for sure.
But we want people to know what they're doing when they vote. And when
we're showing your website right there, Judge. Yeah, we're showing the website. And what you've been able to do, which is really cool, is this citizenship test. Where there's several questions, you know, it's about, I don't know if there's 100 questions on it, and you're really breaking down. And again, it goes back to that statistic that I think most people who are already, you know, they're getting these questions wrong. So that's kind of where the basics, kind of where you started right on YouTube, and you're just answering these basic questions. And what I like is they're short, sweet, and simple, your explanations of them are.
But at least they are explanations. You see, when people study for the test, they often just memorize the 1 or 2 word answers to each of the questions. If they're looking at the question, name a U.S. territory. So there are 5 U.S. territories, they memorize one of the names, right? But what is a territory? How is it different from a state? How did we acquire territories? How did some territories become states? Well, it only takes 2 minutes to explain that, but one learns a whole lot more than just by memorizing the name of a territory. So in 2 minutes, we can make it interesting and fun. There's some animations, there are maps, there are all the things that can be used in the video medium to make learning and teaching fun again.
And they're free. So we want to encourage people to go to this website before we go run out of time, because what I love is, again, all of these tools, all of the content that you're helping to produce. It seems like it's free for either if you're homeschooling or wanting supplemental education, if it's adults that need to fresh up on it as well. I mean, what a great thing you're doing, Judge.
It's absolutely free to everyone, and the teachers and anyone who registers, we just don't know how many people are using it. The teachers also get a teacher's guide and other support materials. Again, everything is free. Everything is sent electronically. It's all on the web.
Well, I'm
thank you so much for your time.
I promise I'm not allergic to civics. That was not a sneeze regarding that. We can all brush up on it. I love the fact you're doing this for teachers and everybody. It was an honor to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much for your time and letting me talk about civics fundamentals.